It was his grandmother's meddling that inspired Messi to become a soccer player. One day, his grandmother took him to a youth soccer field. The grandmother went to the coach and asked him to add her grandson, who was 4 years old at the time, to the team. Just when one of the players was injured, the coach let Messi wear the uniform and play in the game. Messi surprised the coach with 2 goals and a flash of speed. As soon as his grandmother got home, she told Messi's parents to buy him a pair of soccer cleats. This is where Messi's soccer legend began. Messi's talent was recognized at the age of just 6, and he officially joined a professional soccer team as a youth player. This was a historic team that included Argentine legends Maradona and Batistuta. There is a famous story that shows Messi's ability at that time. Just minutes before a national championship final, Messi was feeling nervous and stopped off to use the toilet. Then someone closed the toilet door, trapping Messi inside. The match started without Messi and ended in a helpless first half with the score at 0-1. Messi managed to break the window and get out, rejoin the team in the second half, and led his team to a 3-1 comeback victory. In this way, even before he was 10 years old, he showed something different. But then he hears shocking news. He was diagnosed with an ultra-rare disease that affects 1 in 20 million people. This disease, called growth hormone deficiency, was particularly deadly to athletes. This is because in sports where physical condition is important, physical growth, including height, can stop. Messi has always been around 15 centimeters shorter than people his age, but this was actually due to an illness. Luckily, there was a treatment available called growth hormone injections, but the problem was that they cost $700 a month. Messi's family, poor, his father was a miner and his mother a cleaner, were not confident they could afford the costs for nearly a decade until their son reached adulthood. At this time, Messi told his parents that it was okay, that he didn't need to grow any taller as long as he had his own skills, and that because he was small, he could actually be faster than anyone else. Then one day, a savior appeared for Messi. It was Carlos Rexach, a scout for the world-famous soccer team FC Barcelona. Rexach had heard about Messi and came to meet him, and was surprised to find that he was just 12 years old. Having seen Messi's skills with his own eyes, he was convinced and immediately asked Messi's parents if he could go to Spain with him to have a concrete meeting. However, at the time, Barcelona had no precedent for signing a foreign player in his early teens. Furthermore, Messi was suffering from a rare disease, so they were hesitant to invest in him. So when Messi's father could no longer tolerate 2 months of no response, he said he was going to check out other teams, which led the scout to do the unexpected. He picked up a paper napkin from the table, unfolded it, and impulsively began writing up the contract. This napkin pledge was published by the Barcelona club in 2014. This actually has a handwritten note from the scout saying that he takes full responsibility for signing Lionel Messi, despite the club's different opinion. Thanks to the scout, Messi was able to sign a contract, and as a condition of the contract, the club also covered all of his medical expenses. So Messi's family moved to Spain, but one member of his family couldn't come with them. It was Messi's grandmother. Unfortunately, his grandmother passed away before he could finalize his Barcelona contract. His grandmother spent a lot of time with Messi and always accompanied him to his soccer games. Most of the soccer footage of Messi's childhood that remains on the internet today was filmed by her. Messi regrets that his grandmother never got to see him reach the threshold of success. Even now, whenever Messi scores a goal, he often performs a ceremony in which he blows a kiss to the sky, or looks up and raises both arms as if to give a hug. Apparently, all of this is a ceremony dedicated to her grandmother in the sky. Messi progressed rapidly through Barcelona's youth team, making his first team debut at just 17 years old. He was the youngest debutant in Barcelona's history at the time and one of the members of the same team. That the 17-year-old particularly liked was Ronaldinho, who was the star of the team at the time. On that day, Ronaldinho passed the ball to Messi, hoping to support his younger brother's debut goal. Finally, with just minutes left in the game, Messi received a picture-perfect pass from Ronaldinho and scored his debut goal. He immediately ran over to Ronaldinho and was carried on his back. At the time, the friendship between Ronaldinho and Messi attracted a lot of attention. Unfortunately, Ronaldinho's skills steadily declined after Messi's arrival, and he ended up leaving the team. At this time, he handed over his number 10 shirt, which symbolizes the star of the team, to Messi. When Ronaldinho left the team, he said that the only regret he had in his soccer career was that he had not been able to stay longer to watch Messi grow up. 7 years later, in 2015, Messi gave Ronaldinho a surprise gift. Messi wrote a message on his number 10 jersey and sent it as a gift to Ronaldinho, who had just retired from soccer. Ronaldinho was so moved by the surprise gift that he paid a surprise visit to Barcelona the following year. Messi stayed at Barcelona for 17 years, setting some incredible records that will remain in the history of soccer. In total, he played 778 games, scoring 672 goals and making 305 assists. Maintaining this record for just 2 years would be a world-class record, but maintaining it for 17 years. Messi's 672 goals were a new record, breaking Peele's record that no one thought could come close, and was updated for the first time in 46 years. Later, he even broke his own record. His movements are so unrealistic that some have even said he looks like a character in a soccer game. For example, when Messi beat several players from the halfway line and finally beat the goalkeeper to score a goal, he was said to be the second coming of Maradona. Among his many achievements, there was one that bothers Messi. It's the World Cup. In their first World Cup appearance in 2006, they were defeated by Germany and finished in the quarterfinals. And in the next World Cup in 2010, by some twist of fate, they were also defeated by Germany and finished in the quarterfinals. In 2014, Argentina finally made it to the finals. There, they once again faced Germany in the final, losing 0-1 after extra time, and ultimately came in as runners-up. They lost to Germany 3 times. At the time, Messi was awarded the Golden Ball for being the best player in the World Cup, but he looked like he had lost his soul throughout the ceremony. Since his debut, Messi has always been on par with soccer legend Maradona. Not only was he expected to score goals whenever he got the ball, but he also broke various records, including winning numerous club championships, so much so that he even threatened Maradona's position. Messi even scored a header that looked just like Maradona. But what Messi lacks is the track record of winning a World Cup. He always prioritized national team matches over club matches. For example, the Beijing Olympics overlapped with Barcelona's Champions League schedule, so the Barcelona team did not allow Messi to play for the national team. However, Messi didn't give up and managed to play for his country and perform well at the Beijing Olympics. Although Messi loved the Argentina uniform, fate cruelly did not allow him to stand in the same position as Maradona. The following year, after their disappointing runner-up finish in the 2014 World Cup, they finished second again in the Copa America. And the year after that, they finished second again in the same tournament, making it 3 years in a row that they have finished second. In the final, Messi missed a penalty kick in the final seconds, meaning the team lost. Messi made some shocking comments in a post-match interview.
Que ya estaba para mí la selección, ya se terminó. Era lo que más deseaba, no se me dio, pero creo que ya está. Es raro a mí, así que...
Following this statement, the phrase "stay with Messi" began to fill the air across Argentina. The movement spread across the country, and even the president left a message. A bronze statue of Messi was hastily erected in the Argentine capital of Buenos Aires, and millions of people signed an online petition to protest. On the other hand, some people supported Messi's retirement. Many people agreed with the statement that only Messi himself can understand the pressure he is under and that it is probably too much for one person to bear. Shortly after Messi announced his retirement, a message written by a 15-year-old boy to Messi on social media became a hot topic. The boy's sincerity touched Messi, and he decided to come out of retirement and take to the field again. What's surprising is that the boy who touched so many people with his heartfelt message to Messi is none other than Enzo Fernandez, who is currently playing for the Argentina national team. He would later go on to play for the national team and go from being a fan to fighting alongside Messi. Shortly after announcing his return to the national team, something important happened to Messi. It's marriage. His marriage partner caused a huge stir, and it turned out to be a woman named Antonella, who had been his childhood friend since they were 6 years old. Messi had been in love with a girl who lived next door to him since he was 6 years old. But he had no choice but to leave his home country for Barcelona in his early teens. So the distance between the two of them gradually grew. The year Messi turned 18, Antonella's best friend died in a traffic accident. She stopped going to school, and when he heard that she was suffering from depression, he immediately booked a plane ticket to Argentina to comfort her. Antonella was so moved by this that she started to like Messi from that moment on. The couple got married in 2017 when they were 30 years old. After a long romance, and they now have 3 sons. Messi is also known as a very doting father. He has a tattoo of his eldest son's handprint on his calf. There was also an episode when his son was just born. The noise from the house next door to Messi's house was so bad that his son couldn't sleep. So Messi paid about $1.4 million and bought the entire house next door. Since that day, his son has been able to sleep soundly and has grown up to be a successful youth soccer player. Messi then played again in the 2018 World Cup in Russia, aiming to win the championship. But this time, far from coming in second, he was eliminated in the round of 16, completely losing face. Argentina's opponent this time was France, and Messi's performance was disastrous, as they were smashed by the monster rookie Kylian Mbappé, who was only 20 years old at the time. Furthermore, at the age of 34, Messi had to leave his club Barcelona. Barcelona, with serious financial problems, was unable to pay Messi's annual salary and had to let go of their iconic player. Messi was in tears during the national ceremony. Messi then joined the French club Paris Saint-Germain, but the clauses he included in his contract became a hot topic. He included a special clause in his contract that gave the Argentina national team first preference in playing matches, and even included an unprecedented clause that allowed Argentina national team personnel to freely enter Paris Saint-Germain facilities at any time. Then in 2022, at the Qatar World Cup, Messi finally achieved the feat of winning the World Cup at the age of 35. Argentina faced France again in the final, and the improved rookie Mbappé scored 3 goals this time. He pressures Messi again, while Messi countered with 2 goals, and in the end, Argentina won the championship after a penalty shootout. Messi's achievement of playing every full game at the age of 35 and scoring at least 1 goal in every game from the round of 16 to the final was unprecedented in the nearly 100-year history of the World Cup. Of course, he was selected as the MVP for every match in the tournament. The world finally got to see Messi smile brightly and kiss the World Cup trophy. He is undoubtedly the real deal. The next day, Messi returned to his native Argentina, where he was given a tremendous welcome. Messi was so happy that he even posted a picture on Instagram of himself sleeping with the trophy at home.